Today we're doing a deep dive and talking about one of the weirdest, strangest animals in the entire world. It's all coming up right now on Pogo. Welcome back to Pogo. I'm so glad you're back. This is where we bring the Bible to life through your video screen. Be sure to check out last week's lesson by clicking on the link down below in the description or the little tag that just popped up right there. Are you all caught up? Let's get to it! Today's lesson is called Jellyfish Faith. You ever been swimming out in the ocean and you saw a jellyfish? They're crazy looking, right? No bones, no eyes, no organs, not even a brain. And to be honest, they kind of freak me out. You're probably asking yourself, what does this have to do with faith? I'm glad you asked, random character that looks nothing like me. No problem. The thing about jellyfish is, it's difficult for them to move on their own. They need to use the currents of ocean water to help propel their bodies from one place to the other. You could say they just kind of go with the flow. Go with the flow, bro. Sure, whatever. Funnily enough, Christians can be the exact same way. In the Old Testament, there was a king named Ahab. No, not the pirate guy that hunted whales. He was king of Jerusalem, and he was not a very nice man. However, his wife was even worse. Her name was Jezebel. She was so evil that her name is now used as an insult to describe evil people. She either ran out or murdered all of the priests of the one true God and set up all of these altars to a god named Baal.
And how is this like a jellyfish?
I'm getting to that. James 1:6. Be sure that your faith is in God alone. Do not waver, for a person with divided loyalty is as unsettled as a wave of the sea that is blown and tossed by the wind. Remember how I said jellyfish aren't really good at moving on their own? Go with the flow, bro. Ahab was the same way. He would go back and forth, back and forth.
Back and forth.
He couldn't make up his mind on who he was going to follow, Baal or God. And Jezebel made things even worse. Ahab would do basically anything he could just to make that crazy lady happy. Which leads us to our first lesson. Bad company corrupts good character. Imagine your life as a delicious milkshake.
I prefer strawberry.
I like coconut. Whatever. You wouldn't drink a milkshake that someone spit in, would you? I hope not. So why would we let people that don't honor God with their words, actions, and attitudes come into our life? And it's not just people. The books, movies, TV shows, video games, music, any of that stuff doesn't honor God and you allow it into your life? That's like you're letting someone huck a big old loogie in your milkshake.
That is unhygienic.
You may be thinking, well, I'm a Christian, I can handle it. Don't be so sure. Our second lesson is, don't be a double brain. King Ahab was split. He could not make up his mind whether he wanted to honor God or wanted to honor his crazy wife and all the other gods she worshipped. Has that ever happened to you before? Where you have to decide between your friends and honoring God? You better make up your mind because you can't do both. The Bible says in James 1:8, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. When you're faced with a decision like that, it's almost like there's a tug of war in your mind and in your heart. Eventually, one side's gonna win. God sent several prophets to King Ahab trying to warn him. What you're doing is really, really bad. And most of the time, King Ahab would just brush it off. I am king, I am smarter than you. How can we avoid being like King Ahab? Well, we need to stay teachable. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I don't know everything.
Oh, I'm so surprised.
Quiet you. I may be an adult, but there's still some things I just don't know. Learning something is not bad. Hopefully you have some people in your life that try to teach you how to do the right thing. They can keep you from making some really dumb mistakes. But only if you're willing to humble yourself and admit that you need to be taught. Don't be a jellyfish with your faith.
Howdy.
Don't go with the flow.
Go with the flow, bro.
Don't decide to do something just because everybody else is doing it. Don't try to play both sides with the world and God like King Ahab did.
I am smarter than you!
Or it will tear your life apart. It didn't work for King Ahab, and it definitely did not work out for Jezebel. We're going to talk about that next week in one of the superheroes of the Old Testament, Elijah.
My hedgehog's name is Elijah.
Not the same guy.
You people make my brain hurt.
That's all the time we have for this week. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Don't forget, you can click the little bell icon that will notify you every time we upload a new video. Thanks for coming by, and God bless. This has been Pogo.